Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie Brown. If you've never been here before, this might be a little bit of a different video for you if you've never seen anything, because it's kind of an announcement and story time of why I've been missing MIA on my channel. I had a lot of things pumping out every week. Sometimes like the podcast would go out and then another video would come out. So I was super productive. I was finding such a great rhythm. And then on December, I believe it's December 5th. Let's look at our planner, shall we? Look, this was my last year's planner, 2025. Look how delightful it was. Like, and I didn't use this many pages, but I am going to do some more vignettes in here, like Christmas vignette type things. It was December 8th. It was a Monday. I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah. The first time was a Monday. The second time was a Friday. Let me tell you what happened. It's really hard for me right now. I'm in a lot of pain. I got to be real quick. To sit down for any length of time, especially on this chair, it hurts very much. So I've been experiencing sciatic pain, pretty intense sciatic pain since the 8th of December. So it's been over a month. Anyone who has experienced chronic pain for any length of time, you understand how exhausting it can be, especially when it is affecting your sleep. So I've been in CrossFit. You'll notice maybe too, I'm a little bit fluffier and swollen because I haven't been able to work out. I've been doing CrossFit since August of 2024. I loved it. It was so good. Yes, they're intense workouts, but I felt really good. The only injury really that I was experiencing was my knee being really sore, my left knee. And so I would just try to like really scale things to make sure my knee wasn't going crazy. But during Veterans Day, we have a workout that we do called Chad, and it is literally 1,000 step-ups on a box with a weighted vest. Now last year I only did 700 and I did the 16-inch box, no weighted vest. This year my goal was to do it faster with all 1,000 step-ups, no vest this year, because I just knew I needed to just get all 1,000. So I did that, but I feel like what happened as I did that workout was I was compensating for my left knee, and so I kind of like throw myself up on that box every time I would have to step up on my left leg. So that's part of the issue, I think. The second issue is that I was training since I started with my Vans, which are very flat shoes, and I wasn't feeling very much support in my ankles. So my right ankle had like a knot in it. And you might be thinking, Allie, you're getting so hurt in CrossFit. Why not just stop? Well, I'm probably stopping now. So I bought some new shoes, I think they were Adidas Metcon 3s, and I did a pretty intense workout in the new shoes, and I think my body was just like, whoa, your feet are totally different. I think that also kind of put its part into the injury that I had that happened on a Monday. So on Thursday the 4th in the middle of the night, I had this crazy back spasm that like dropped me to my knees in the middle of the night as I was going to the restroom, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I do not know what that was. That was awful. Now, I wasn't having any sort of sciatic pain or anything. I was just having this like lower back stuff. Also, too, I had done previously the week before a lot of heavy deadlifts. I think it was like 145. And it was for the workout and was over and over again. There was that. So I had that on Thursday, and then the next Monday, so I was like, oh shoot, I need to like calm down. So I was kind of taking it easy with my back. And then Monday I went to go work out, and I had done like 3 front squats just with the bar, and I was bending over to pick up a 10-pound plate to put on the bar for my friend. And my back spazzed up again at the gym. And this time it was like the whole dropping to my knees thing, but it didn't let go. Like it clinged on and didn't let go. So I, of course, was reacting. My face, I guess, made a face because my coach like came from the other side of the gym. I was like, what did you do? You did something. What happened? And I'm crying because it's like a gripping kind of pain, and it was shooting now. Not only it's just spazzing out my back, but it was like this radiating in my butt going down my leg. It was so intense, y'all. I've never Never experienced anything like that in my life. I tried to go outside to walk it off and I just could not even walk barely and was crying. I told her I have to go home. I don't know what just happened, but I need to go home. And she's like, yes, do you need help? I was like, no, I think I can. But I literally screamed all the way home. It was so hard to drive with my back and leg like that. Oh, it was awful. So much trauma. When I got in the house, I collapsed inside and I was on the floor for 3.5 hours because I couldn't really move at all. I needed to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't, like, any movement at all. It would just like grip me, this like gripping pain. And I did call my husband finally and I said, hey, I need you to come home. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I was crying again. Normally I'm a pretty tough cookie. When it comes to pain, you know, I've had a C-section without drugs, not intentionally. My body like resisted those spinal, I guess, when I was laboring with my first son and it wore off. So I felt everything. And then when they said I needed to go into the surgery, they tried to give me a boost and it did not work. So I have felt being cut open and hemostats pinching and pulling things. I've gone through that. And honestly, I think this was worse. So my husband came home and he pulled me by my ankles like a dead person into the bedroom because I couldn't move. And that's the only way he could move me without it hurting super bad, even though it did hurt. And then he was able to get me into bed. It was very dramatic, y'all. Like the amount of yelling and groaning that was happening. Like, I just don't do that. I'm not that kind of a person, but that's what it was. That's what my body responded like with all of this, like screaming and yelling because it hurt so bad. Anyway, so that happened. I actually got a decent amount of sleep the first night, but then after that, second night on, I didn't get any sleep. It was like 30 minutes to an hour of sleep. And that's the hard part. The hard part is not sleeping. So after 3 weeks, I felt slowly getting progress where I could start walking really good. And any kind of sitting, I can't do sitting long periods of time. Like even now, right now, I should probably take a little break and then come back. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little break, walk around, and then I'm going to come back and I'll just edit everything. Starting to feel better. I was not doing anything at all. Rest. And I was going for small walks. And then it was after 3 weeks, it was almost a month. And I was like, you know what? I want to try to go back to the gym since I'm feeling decent. And so I went back to the gym on a Friday. It was January 2nd. I'm just going to go real slow, real low intensity, nothing crazy. As soon as I was done with the warm up, I started feeling a burn in my butt, like it maybe aggravated the sciatic. And I should have stopped then, but I didn't because I missed it so much. And, when you work out like that, when you get a rhythm and you're really motivated to work out, it's like, that's your happy endorphins for the day. And it's really hard to not only lose your endorphins that were making you so, your brain happy, but also not getting sleep. It's very depressing. So I was doing a sit-up and seized up again in my back. Same thing happened again. This time it was, if 10 was like the most intense, like the first time it was a 10, this was probably like almost a 9. No, not quite that bad, but almost there. So I stopped I stopped the workout. I slowly got up. I started putting all my things away. I was in a lot of pain. I waited till everybody was done and I told the coach, Anthony, I said, I think I just screwed up my back again. And I told my friends and I went home and didn't sleep at all that night. Didn't sleep at all. I mean, like at all. Like I maybe had 30 minutes of where I could close my eyes to rest. And that's like, again, that's the hard part about all this is the sleep because the pain is so bad. So I don't know if any of y'all have had sciatic pain, but it's like this stinging, burning sensation deep in your glute that shoots down, for me, about halfway down my leg, like right above the knee of my leg. And then it also affects my right foot where half my right foot is numb. Like I can't feel it. It happened again. I was like, well, I guess I'm not going back to work out anymore. I do have an appointment to see a doctor this week. And I'm praying that they give me imaging or order me some imaging so that I can see what's going on, see what the recovery looks like, see if it's possible for me to even go back to CrossFit. It might not be, and I've really processed that and grieved that if I can't do it anymore. It is intense. I felt the strongest I've ever felt my whole life being in CrossFit, but if it's going to cause me this kind of pain and not be compatible with my body, then I don't think it's worth it. Like, I'm happy to go for walks. I'm happy to rebound on my rebounder. I'm happy to just lift weights, at the house with like dumbbells and stuff like that. There's definitely things I can do instead. But the aspect that is missing is the community aspect. And because a lot of my friends go there, and that would be really difficult. And like I said, I've been grieving that. As far as the YouTube channel, because filming requires me sitting here, all of my stuff is attached to the desk, because in order for me to pump out all that content, I just need things to be set up and ready to go. Because someone had asked me, oh, can you just move your camera so you can stand? And I was like, I mean, I could, but that'd be super pain in the butt because this is not a standing desk. I'd have to hunch over and stuff like that. The other things that I had done this recently that y'all don't know about is I have hired a business mentor and coach for my business. I think she's wonderful. I've paid a lot of money investing in her. Her name is Julie Chanel, if you want to know. Wonderful, wonderful gal. And she was asked to be Russell Brunson's partner because she's so good. She's so good at marketing. She's so good at business. I think she's like anointed for business. And so I've invested in a 3-month coaching program with her. So I have a lot of homework that I have to do. I'm working on a new course for everybody. It's going to be called Dwell in Color. And it's about meditating on scripture while painting and using neuroscience, using all parts of your brain to meditate on one scripture. I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm working on that with her. Also, too, I have another collaboration coming with another gal. I can't say anything yet, but I've known about it for a while and I got to work on the stuff. What I have to do is kind of scale back on YouTube for a second, because I have my membership as well, where I'm sitting down a lot working. That's also, they're paying for those videos. So I kind of need to prioritize right now my sitting capacity. I don't have a lot of sitting capacity, because not only do I have to sit when I'm filming a video, I have to sit while I'm editing a video. So it's just, like I said, it's an easier setup over there to edit. And my son's getting married. February 7th. So there's a lot going on. I do know that there's a podcast episode that I'm due on. I'm hoping to film that this week and edit it this week, but it's going to be a little slower here on YouTube is what I'm trying to say, for just a little bit. I have some things in the vault, like old videos that I could probably edit if I could do them quickly, but kind of needing to prioritize what I can sit for. And hopefully I'll get some answers this week about what's going on so that I can heal, because I really don't like not having my rhythm that I had, where I was just like giving some content and having fun with it. It's fun. It's fun to share stuff. And it's been really sad that I can't share. So real quick, I will show you this is my new, what is it? Calendar. Sorry. Again, I'm not sleeping very good. 2026. And it is a vertical. It's a vertical calendar. So this is my first week. And I'll be setting up this next week here in a second. Probably standing at my kitchen table. And yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. I'm only on page 7 or 8. I think 8. Yeah. This year so far. So you kind of can work it out to be about a page a day. And so I'm already like behind, as far as I say behind, like I need to do some vignettes and stuff in here. But what happened is I didn't have any more fountain penning for my fountain pen, because I like to use my fountain pen for my vignette, my journaling and my vignettes. So I finally came in so I can start doing my vignettes again and my planner. I did it last year, where I did basically all my journaling and my planner last year. And it was so, like, I love it. I love it so much. Anytime you see like one of these pink things, that means that there's a vignette somewhere on that page. So see right there, it worked out really well for me. There. The vignettes are just like, they're so much fun. And I have a whole course it's a little mini course. It's like $37 if you want to learn how to do these. I teach my 7 and 7 formula. This is all formula. This is just a formula that I use every single page. Maybe I can do a flip through when I start feeling better. But thanks so much for being so patient and gracious. As far as the Etsy shop, same thing. I had a little bit of left of prints of this that I made for 2026, but because it's hard for me to sit down to fulfill those orders, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best with this injury. It is hard. It is hard to have this pain for this long. I am trying to cope as best as I can. I know God is really close to me and near to me, and I feel very comforted by that. But I'm going to just be gentle with myself and try to slowly heal. And I know my body, my thought that I've been practicing, you'll see in my planner, is my body is resilient and my body is healing. My body is healed, but I'm resilient. My body's resilient. I'm very young. 43 is young, and I know I can heal. So that I can't get into this dark space of like, this is forever. Like, it's not forever, but it kind of stinks for the time being. All right, love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging around and hearing my literal sob story, and hopefully I will be able to come back soon. Please pray for me. I covet your prayers. I need them so bad. And yeah, love y'all bunches. Bye.